This video is for Etsy user darquenet. I want to show you how to do some basic maintenance on the pieces you just bought. The first piece, the Bio-Stasis Cell, uses incandescent bulbs, so you will need to change those periodically. And to do that, you take this top piece, it comes loose. You can set that down. There are two wires here. You want to be very careful with that, so you don't pull those loose. Now you can see here these two pieces. There are two more on the back. These are holding the top piece from sliding around. Those may come off. They're glued on there pretty tightly, but if they did come off, you could glue those back on. But I would be happy to do that for you. So if you wanted to, if anything happened here, you could send that piece back. In any case, inside the top piece, you have this brass cup with the bulb inside. You have the same thing in the bottom here, so you'd pull the rose out so that you could get at that. And then those brass cups are very small, so I can't get my fingers in there. You probably won't be able to either. So I'm including this little bulb changer device, and it's got this hole in the middle that fits the bulb, and so you can just reach that down in there, push it over the bulb, turn it counterclockwise until it's loose, and then you can see the bulb sticks in there. You can just pull that out, and there's the little dollhouse bulb. And when you get your replacement, just push it back in there and screw it in. And I will give you, in with the packaging, I will make sure to get you the model number of these bulbs so that you can get some replacements. They're very cheap, and you can get them online easily. So change both bulbs, and then just replace the rose, and then again very carefully you tuck the wires back in here and set this piece back on top. So it's a little complex procedure, but it's not very difficult. It's just a very fragile piece, so you want to be careful. The second piece, the desk lamp, this one, you've got the two copper coils here. You can see this one's already out. They're glued at the top but not at the bottom, so that you can take it apart. And so you pull these two out and just leave those loose. On the bottom there's a nut and a washer attached to this central core, so you'll unscrew that. Now I would recommend tightening this with a pair of pliers. This time around I hand tightened it, so it's easy to come off. And then once that's loose, you have three pieces: the base, this central glass piece, and the top, which is attached to that core down the middle. And so you can pull on the top just very carefully, and then see it's going to pull the cord up through the bottom. And there's a little plastic washer here that you'll need to pull up, and then very carefully pull that core out. And you can see the bulbs are attached to this central core, and so you have to be very careful to pull those straight up. And then once those are out, there are two of them here, unscrew those, put in the replacements. Very simple. And then do everything in reverse. Just pull the core back down through the middle, reattach the washer and nut at the bottom, and then put the two copper coils back in place. And I won't tighten that down now, but you see how that works. And then the wall lamp, the Fluidic Aether lamp, the light source here are LEDs, so you won't need to change any bulbs. Those LEDs should last forever. If there was ever a problem with them, you could send this piece back. I would take care of it. We'll replace those, no problem. But I don't anticipate that being an issue. You will have to change the battery. It's a 9 volt. It's right here. When you need to change that, make sure you can see that on the camera. When it comes time to change that, you just pull it straight out of that opening, pull off the harness, replace it, and then tuck it back in. You may need to tuck the wiring back through that other hole. Just make sure you don't push this battery all the way through, because it would get stuck. That would be, we'd have to disassemble the lamp to get that back out. So just push it through far enough that you can put that flush against the wall. And then once it's powered, the power switch is here. This valve, turn it all the way to the left, will light up the light It's not particularly bright now because this battery is mostly dead, but I will send you a brand new one. And then anything to the left, we'll turn it off. There are actually 5 more positions here that don't do anything. Those are all off. Far left is on. And then I am also including the mounting hardware for this. So you have 2 drywall anchors and 2 screws. And if you're mounting this horizontally, you really only need, it's not a very heavy piece, you really only need the one, and it'll just hang from the top like this. If you want to mount it, I think I just said that wrong, if you're mounting it vertically, you'll hang it this way. If it's horizontally, of course, you'll need 2 of these, and I'll include 2 so that you can hang it here and here. If you've never used drywall anchors before, just message me and I'll talk you through it, but it's a very simple procedure. So that's how you would hang that lamp on the wall, and I think that's everything you need to know. If you have any questions, have any problems with any of these pieces, let me know and we'll get it taken care of.